Hey everyone, welcome back to Metaloop. Alan here. I have a big problem that I need help on. There's just too many sales going on, and I find myself in this situation where I have purchased two almost identical 3/8 impact socket sets, and now I need help deciding which set to keep. So the quick summary is both sets go from 8mm to 19mm and 5/8 to 3/4 inch. The key differences are the Milwaukee set comes with a 3/8 impact adapter, and the Gearwrench set comes with not only a 3-inch extension, but a 6-inch extension, and also a 21mm deep socket. The 21mm deep socket is actually very interesting because that means 17, 19, and 21 are all covered, which are sizes for wheel lug nuts. Both sets also come with a wobble adapter that you can see there. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing. I haven't really looked at either of these sets yet. I've only opened them up to make sure that nothing's missing, so we can inspect these sets together and see what you think. First up is the Gearwrench 44-piece 3/8 impact socket set. I like the glue mark from the packaging that was left on it. So far so good, Gearwrench. All right, here we go. Put the phone to the side. So this set looks pretty good. It's got a shiny finish on it, which is nice. I see a lot of these impact sockets with kind of the flat black look, kind of like this wobble adapter. It's a little bit flatter than the rest of the set, along with this, with these extensions as well. They're a little bit flatter, but the sockets themselves are shiny. It actually looks pretty good. The numbering and logo are laser etched on, and on the back, it also has a stamped 5/8 on it. The organization is pretty good. None of the pieces lock down though, so you can only open this case one way. If you opened it the other way, it looks like everything's gonna fall over. I'll move this down a little bit so the top part's on the camera. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that the bottom section doesn't lock in place. I feel like in a rush, it would be pretty easy to accidentally open this case the wrong way and just be reorganizing all your sockets on the fly from that. What I wanted to do is I have 3/8 M12 ratchet. So here's a deep socket. We'll grab a 14mm standard. We'll put on an extension. We'll use the wobble. Oh, that's fun. And that's pretty much it. Moving on to the next one. All right, and here's the Milwaukee 43-piece 3/8 drive impact socket kit. Again, the sizes are the same. The only difference is the 3/8 impact driver adapter and the fact that it's missing the 21mm deep socket. So let's open this up. I cheated a little bit, and I have already undone the top latch. So to make this easier, box looks pretty nice. There isn't any sticky substance like the Gearwrench left. We'll open this up. The organization is much better. there's no pieces on the top, which is a better use of space. That's one thing going for this set before we even move on. Same problem though. These sockets are not locked down in any secure fashion. Okay, so these have the same shiny texture as the Gearwrench set. They're also oiled down, and I didn't wipe this off before filming. So yeah, instead of that matte black impact texture that most impact sockets are, these are nice and smooth. They look shiny. We see here that the Milwaukee logo is etched on, but the size is stamped, and not only is it stamped, it's a big stamp that is filled with white paint, which it just looks good. It just looks good like this. You have the wobble here. You know, I'll be honest, the Gearwrench wobble adapter looked better than this one. This is kind of plain. This one doesn't have a stamped anything stamped on it, so it's just laser etched. So over time, this will just be a wobble adapter with a red stripe on it. Same thing with the 3-inch extension. Nothing to write home about. All right, but we do have a Milwaukee M12 3/8 ratchet. So let's put on some sockets and see what it feels like to have Milwaukee meet Milwaukee. Seeing that stamped size spin around is fun to look at. All right, we'll put the universal wobble on. We'll pick a 14mm like we did with the Gearwrench, and we will put it on so that it matches. Oh, it is very hard to get this to go on. Oh, that's not great. I cannot. Okay, that took a while. I probably should match this side too. Okay. Okay, this, again, this is a little, that takes some effort. Okay, this one's a little bit easier since it doesn't have a spring on it, but yeah, it has the same kind of resistance as you're trying to put it on. I guess that's both good and bad. At least the socket won't fall off while you're using it. The impact driver adapter feels fine. You know, the thing about impact driver adapters is it feels like if you use, you know, any modern day powerful impact driver, this is gonna break and you're just gonna have an empty spot right here. Okay, I think that's it for this set. You know, I don't really know what to think. They're both pretty good sets. They're both the same kind of form factor. You know, if you take any given two sockets, let's see if I can find one here. I'll take a 15 and a 15, put it next to each other. I don't know if I can tell the difference between these two. Even down to the thickness of it, they feel relatively the same. I do think that the Milwaukee looks slightly better, but you know, we buy these tools not to look at them, but to use them. I like the little indent at the bottom of the Milwaukees. It's funny because the Gearwrench chrome sockets, you know, the regular ones do have a nice pattern to them, and these are relatively plain. So here's my problem. I actually picked up this Gearwrench set, which right now you can find for about $92, with an even though it has an MSRP of about $140 around the internet. I picked it up for $66.45. Now the Milwaukee set, I'm sure you've all seen. If you're watching this video, you've seen this being talked about on forums and other people's videos, but Home Depot is doing a Black Friday sale. This set is $99 on Home Depot right now. Typically retails for also $140. And I'll have links to both sets below. So if I did buy the Gearwrench set for $90 instead of $67, it would be maybe an easier choice. I think I would just, you know, pay the Milwaukee tax of $10 and keep the Milwaukee set for me personally, because I somehow caught it on Black Friday flash sale on Amazon. It might just make more sense, you know, per dollar to keep the Gearwrench set. As much as I would love to have, you know, Milwaukee sockets for the Milwaukee ratchet, you know, a lot of my other hand tools are Gearwrench, and, you know, stay tuned for that video as I unbox some Gearwrench items that have been purchasing during Black Friday sales. Another thing to consider if you're not brand sensitive, Sunex has a set that again is virtually identical to these two sets, around 44 pieces, and that's going for $93 as well, and I'll have a link in the description below for that set. All right, thanks for watching this video. I really don't know which set to keep. I'd love to see your comments below, or if you've decided to purchase one of these sets, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know if this video helped you make a decision, and share your thoughts with me. I'd love the help to decide which one to keep. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Leave your comments below and subscribe for more videos coming soon. I'm Alan, and this is Metaloop.